We're here in the Rose Garden to help kick off the NFL's 82nd season. This is a great day for fans, and I want to salute the NFL for its long history, lasting influence, and the quality of its athletes. I'm glad to be joined by members of Washington's Metropolitan Police Boys and Girls Club, all future NFL greats. And now to officially begin the NFL's 82nd season, the coin toss. This is heads, this is tails. Here we go. It's tails. I wish the players of the NFL good health and have a great season.
You won the toss, it's tails. You want the ball? Okay. Detroit won the toss. We'll receive at this end.
How's that for the start to the season, huh? The 43rd president of the U.S., George W. Bush, with the coin toss. Of course, the Lions being led into this game by their first-year head coach, Marty Mornhinweg. Spent the last 4 seasons as the offensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. Before that, a couple of years as an assistant coach here in Green Bay with Mike Holmgren.
Got himself a Super Bowl ring in Super Bowl 31 here in Green Bay. He was a quarterback coach. Worked with Brett Favre that year. Of course, the new president and CEO of the Detroit Lions, Matt Millen, one of our guys here at Fox.
Well, not anymore. He's one of our former guys now.
Of course, his first big decision was to hire Marty. And I saw him down on the field. It looked like he should have been putting the number 55 jersey on for the Raiders. He had the game face on.
He certainly looked like he's ready to go, as is Charlie Batch, the quarterback. And there you see his numbers from last season, all of them down. This is 4th year as the quarterback of the Lions. Another former Packer there, Desmond Howard, deep to return. You talked about that Super Bowl, of course.
He was the MVP of Super Bowl 31 for the Packers.
A couple of stints here with the Packers now in his 2nd season with the Lions. And since the Lions have won the toss, Ryan Longwell will kick off for the Packers. There's a slight drizzle in the air. It's been raining most of the morning here, but nothing too heavy as the showers continue. But you know what? There's sunshine in everyone's heart because it's the opening weekend of the NFL season, and so people are smiling no matter what the weather is. And the 2001 season's underway. Howard from the 7. Finds a small seam, crosses the 30-yard line, out about the 31, 24 yards on the return, and so Batch and the Lions will begin from there. Taking a look at the Lions offensive line. Backus, the big rookie out of Michigan, starts at left tackle. McDougal, Beverly, Stye, and Gibson, the backs and receivers. Morton and Crowell. Sloan, the tight end, Schlesinger and Stewart in the backfield.
And Stewart's going to be the workhorse back. He'll be the every down back here in Detroit.
They got him spread out to the left on 1st down. Batch to the air, incomplete. Pass was tipped by Leroy Butler, intended for Johnny Morton. Looking at that Packer defense, the front 4, Theory, Jim Flanagan, the former Bear and son of a former Packer, making his first start in the green and gold. The linebackers, Wayne, Harris, and Niall Diggs. And then the defensive secondary, Williams and McKenzie, the corners, Butler and Sharp are the 2 safeties. 2nd down from the 32. That's James Stewart, penalty marker down on the play. Niall Diggs with the tackle. Will we get our first call from the replacement referee, Astor Sizemore. Of course, this game, like all, officiated by the replacements.
Have an illegal formation on the offense. Went from illegal to legal, which cannot be done. The penalty is refused. Be 3rd down.
Well, there's your explanation. Mr. Sizemore retired from the SEC last season. There you see the other officials working today's game.
All college officials, of course, the NFL officials right now not working. I think all coaches have basically told their players not to make them an issue. Anytime you start talking about the officials, it takes you off of your game.
And the Packers declined the penalty, so it's 3rd and 10. They've got to get across the 42 for the 1st down. Back in trouble and down. Jim Flanagan
You're going to see right here, Green Bay got here with just their front four. Right here. You see Holiday in theory, Flanagan right here working against Stockar McDougal, the second-year player out of Oklahoma. Charlie Batch guilty of holding that ball probably a little too long. The decision-making and the speed of it, it's what's key at quarterback in this offense.
James Jett for his first punt of the afternoon. Alan Rossum, the deep man for the Packers. Makes the grab at the 33 and gets a block. Through a seam or two, he goes down, as do penalty markers, right at the 41-yard line. Barrett Green with the tackle, but let's see what the flag's about.
Both teams with good returners today. Alan Rossum was a good addition last year from this Green Bay team. Pickup from Philadelphia, and Desmond Howard, of course, in Detroit, holding against Green Bay on the return.
As an illegal block in the back by the return team, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Didn't give the number on that, but we know it's against Green Bay. So Brett Favre and the Packers will get the start. Backed up just a little bit. You see his record against the Lions, 9-0 lifetime as the starter at quarterback against Detroit. Up front, they got a couple of second-year tackles in Chad Clifton and Mark Tauscher, but both played a lot as rookies. The backs and receivers, Schrader and Freeman, the two wideouts. Bubba Franks, the tight end, and Ahman Green gets the start at running back. Dorsey Levens will also come in the game to split time with him as well.
Yeah, and Ahman Green right there is on the verge of becoming a star. Had an outstanding season after being traded from Seattle last year. Caught 73 passes from Brett Favre, along with going over 1,100 yards rushing.
Hold up, guys.
These guys not shy about throwing the penalty markers yet, have they?
Well, I guess they gave him flags and whistles for this game. I was wondering about in the preseason if they gave him them.
Ahman Green, the lone back. Packers actually start with 4 wide receivers. Favre going up top right away for Bill Schrader. Underthrown, but Schrader adjusts and makes the catch. Terry Fair finally brought him down, but only after a 30-yard play.
Well, Green Bay knew that Detroit's not starting 3 starters in the secondary. Billy Schrader right here working on the inside slot. He's working on Lamar Campbell. He's making only his 3rd start in the NFL. Detroit went after him with their front 7. They blitzed him heavy, but good pickup that time by Green Bay, making a big explosive play to start the game.
First down at the 39. 2 tight ends in now for the Packers. Pass broken up nicely. Tommy Bennett got a hand in there on the pass, which was intended for the tight end, Bubba Franks. And we talked about that Lion defense. You like their front 7. Scroggins, Rogers, Kursky, and Porsche, along with the linebackers Claiborne, Boyd, and Aldridge. The trouble is the secondary. Terry Fair normally a starter, but Campbell, Bennett, and Light all in for injured players this week.
Well, their 2nd-round draft pick, Sean Rogers, right there in the picture. Coming off an injury-plagued season at Texas last year, but he is a big man with quick feet, and he's going to make an impact in the middle of that line.
After the incompletion, 2nd down, Ahman Green, his first carry. Pickup of 4. Tommy Bennett with the tackle.
You know, Kurt, this offensive line is maybe one of the youngest in the NFL. Last year, they started 2 rookie tackles. Right there, Mark Tauscher, and on the left side, Chad Clifton. And if you want a formula for disaster in the NFL, you start 2 rookie tackles. But these kids played a lot bigger than their years. And with the season under their belt, they're coming back. And normally, most young players make their greatest growth between that 1st and 2nd year because they don't have to be told everything every day.
3rd down for Green Bay. They've got to get to 29 for the first. Favre with the hard count. Incomplete through the hands of Schrader, but I think he got the penalty down on the hard count. Looked like Detroit may have jumped early.
Yeah, Detroit went to a 3-man line.
And that's the call from Mr. Sizemore.
Well, it's still going to be 3rd down, but it's going to be 3rd and very short now.
Offsides on the defense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
I believe that was on Alonzo Spellman. And Sizemore forgetting that in the NFL you have to give the player's number.
Well, you just gave it to him for him, Kurt, helping him out.
Do what I can. So it's 3rd and 2 now. Green again. Ahman Green through the hole and into the open field. He's gone. Touchdown, Green Bay Packers. 31 yards on the run by Ahman Green.
Watch right here, the left guard, Mike Wall. Ahman Green showed his explosiveness last year.
Longwell on for the extra point. No trouble. Ahman Green's 31-yard touchdown run puts the Packers on the board after their first possession of the game. It's 7-0.
Fox NFL Sunday, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom, 30 years, one mission, low fares.
Well, 2.5 minutes into the 2001 season, Ahman Green puts the Packers on top 7-0. 4 plays, just 1 minute and 36 seconds for the Packers to score. Longwell with the kickoff to Desmond Howard. In the end zone, Howard decides to bring it out. Brought down to the 23-yard line, William Henderson on the tackle.
So let's go back to the touchdown right here. Watch the power eye here. Mike Wall's going to come around, but watch Tommy Bennett, who just got picked up a couple of weeks ago. This is his play to make. He comes to Phil. Now, that's his tackle right here. Right there is his tackle to make, and he missed it. And that's what happens. You got 2 safeties that have played in a while. Tommy Bennett coming off a major knee surgery 2 years ago in Arizona. Picked up the fill-in for Ron Rice and Kurt Schultz. And look at the quick feet of Ahman Green, and then the explosion once in the secondary. He finished that run well.
First down from the 23. The pitch to James Stewart. Can't find any running room. Brought down for a loss. Nate Wayne loses about 3 yards on the play.
Now what Detroit's going to try to do here to Green Bay, because Green Bay is banged up in the middle of the line. They're going to try and run right downhill out. They're going to test Gilbert Brown in the middle of that defensive line. Santana Dotson, who's making his first start since last November. They're going to attack the middle and force Green Bay to drop their safety down. Come to an 8-man front, and then they're going to try and make Charlie Batch beat him in the air.
Second and long. Tight end David Sloan in motion.
Goes away.
Pass to Sloan. Out near the 30-yard line, Leroy Butler with the tackle. Gain of 10.
Now, one thing to watch with Charlie Batch here today is the decisiveness of when he drops back, especially in his short sets, 3-step drops. The ball should be out. Every single route that they run in this offense should be for completion. There's somebody open. It's up to him to find it. Oftentimes, he'll put 5 guys out, and they'll flood the field. And there's always going to be one guy that's going to be open. He's got to find it with a quick trigger, the quick decision-making.
They've got to get it to the 33 for the first. Batch that way and more. Sloan out across midfield. Finally forced out of bounds by Darren Sharper, with 27 yards and a first down for the Lions.
Well, this took Charlie Batch a long time to get rid of, so good protection up front on the play. You see, Green Bay came with the blitz. They picked it up. Solid wall in front of them, giving Charlie good vision down the field, trying to finding David Sloan. Sloan, a guy who missed a lot of preseason with a broken left hand, but no cast on that hand today, and caught the ball well.
Down to the Green Bay 43. Out of the shotgun, Batch hands it off to Lamont Warren.
All right.
Warren back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard before Jim Flanagan stopped him.
Flanagan on the initial contact.
We talked about Flanagan being happy to be here, being excited because his father, a former Packer, and there's another guy who's back in green and gold, Gilbert Brown.
Yeah, Gilbert said that he spent 7 years in this league, and then he spent 1 year in front of the TV, and that was last year. He got up to 407 pounds. He said he had to do something about it. He got himself on a weight-reducing program and wants to prove that he can still play.
Lions have Desmond Howard in the backfield. They dump it off to him on the screen. Howard with some running room. Lost the football, but he was down first. Bernardo Harris with the tackle.
And they're pointing the ball was down.
Take a look at the end of this just to make sure.
Using Desmond here in a creative role right out of the backfield. Yeah, the knee's down. he's slipping. Bernardo Harris is going right over the top of both knees were down. Good call.
Brings up a 3rd and short.
Green Bay get the timeout here, Kurt.
That's the question.
Timeout, Green Bay, timeout. First timeout.
Astor Sizemore answers the question. The Packers take the first time out of the ball game. They lead it 7-0 here at Lambeau Field. One of the new features we have here at Fox this year, there's the continuous scoring update. Anytime a score is made in any other game in the National Football League, you'll see it instantly in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Lions trying to get a first down on 3rd and 1. Stewart hit right at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he made it. Vonnie Holliday tripped him up.
Vonnie Holliday made the play, but I tell you what, Gilbert Brown did a nice job of stuffing Eric Beverly inside. Gilbert up to his old tricks right there, taking on 2 blocks. Right here in the middle, working on Brendan Sty and Eric Beverly. No movement there. Now the middle linebacker to come through the middle, forcing Detroit to this big 4th down.
An aggressive decision by the first game coach, Marty Morningway. James Stewart, and he didn't get it. Caught in the backfield by Mike McKenzie.
Green Bay played 2 excellent short yardage plays of downhill football, meaning they're coming downhill, coming to meet the ball carrier. And what tears out an offensive coach's heart is you spend all of preseason working on plays just like this. But 2 guys right here coming completely free. McKenzie from the corner along with Leroy Butler. Those are the kind of plays that are momentum builders. You know, and then they also take a little sail out of, out of the wind out of the offense.
So the Packers will take over at the 35-yard line after the turnover on downs. Already leading this game 7-0.
You know, the big question mark I had coming in today was the Packer defensive front going to be able to hold up to the big bodies of the Detroit offensive line.
Let's send it out to Los Angeles and James Brown at the Fox Network Center for an update. JB.
Kurt and Brian, with all the question marks about the quarterbacking with Carolina, well, guess what? Special teams came through in a big way. Opening kickoff. Steve Smith, what does he do? He takes it 94 yards to pay dirt. Carolina on top in Minnesota. 7-0, 7:53 left in the first. Back to Kurt and Brian.
Well, they let go of Michael Bates. Steve Smith making up for it. On first down, Favre fakes the pass and hands it off to Ahman Green. Green with a 5-yard gain. Robert Porcher on the tackle.
You know, Kurt, the norm in this league right now is change. Change is going on at a rate that the NFL has never seen before. And in Green Bay, Mike Flanagan is now starting for Frank Winters. I mean, Frank was starting here since 1993, but Flanagan's a younger guy, and a little bit more ability, a little bit more size, and he's got the job of calling all the calls inside right there. They ran right behind him for a good game there.
Flanagan is a 6-year veteran, but this is his first year as a starter. Pass complete to the tight end, Bubba Franks. Out across the first down marker for a pickup of 6.
Watching the Packers last year, Kurt, and watching them early in preseason, I thought that they dropped a lot of passes. You know, and one of the guys whose hands was suspect last year was tight end Bubba Franks. He's worked on the jug machine all off season. He had a pretty good camp, and right here in the rain, catching that first pass will give him a little more confidence as the day goes on.
Well, they've got Franks in at one tight end along with the rookie David Martin on the other side. First down from the 46. The pitch and bobble. Ahman Green lost the handle on it, but fell back on top of it for the recovery.
You know, this is the team now that laid the ball on the ground the first 2 games a lot last year. They fumbled 7 times, lost 4 of them. That one was close. This one right here in the rain now. Ahman Green probably not looking that ball all the way into his hands. Of course, right here, Sean Rogers was mirroring him step for step. Maybe they had something to do with it. Ahman taking his eyes off the ball.
So Green goes out wide to the left along with Dorsey Levens. 3 wide receivers to the top, 2 running backs spread out at the bottom of the screen. Favre out of the shotgun. Going up over the middle, Bill Slater with the catch. finally brought down. Lamar Campbell gets him, but another big play by the Packer offense, 35 yards.
Green Bay showing their first empty backfield of the day. Look right down here. Here's their two running backs here. Then you got Billy Schrader in the slot here. So Detroit taking their coverage over here to the running backs. Schrader working one-on-one against the deep safety, Tommy Bennett. Lamar Campbell again, two backup guys. Lamar Campbell not really a safety. Tommy Bennett just a couple weeks, and Brett Favre exploiting that weakness right now in the secondary of Detroit.
Three receivers in on first down. Favre going up top. Bill Schrader makes the grab. Is he inbounds? Touchdown, Green Bay Packers. Schrader getting a beer bath as well after the 23-yard touchdown score.
You see, this is going to be a tight call right here on the sidelines. 1 foot. Oh, just got that left foot inbounds. Perfect throw by Favre. Schrader, nice job of looking that ball in. Light in good position, but a perfect throw will beat good position.
And he beat Todd Light, who's playing his first game as a member of the Detroit Lions. Light in because Brian Westbrook won't be back for a couple of weeks. And Ryan Longwell gets his second extra point of the game. Packers take the lead 14-0 thanks to the big celebration by Bill Schrader. It's party time.
You almost done?
2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Green Bay Packers as they take a 14-0 lead over the Lions.
Yeah, and this one right here, Kirk, that first one, the first opening game drive touchdown the Packers have had in a long time.
29 games since they last scored on the opening possession of the game. Desmond Howard from the 4. Brought down at the 32 by William Henderson, who's having a nice game on special teams. That's his 3rd special team tackle of the game already.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the reinvented Toyota Camry. Get the feeling. By Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. By the HP PhotoSmart digital camera. How will you use it? And by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Huge renovation project going on here in Lambeau Field. They're going to expand the stadium by about 10,000 seats. It should be all done by 2003.
Also going to house the Packer Hall of Fame, going to put right beside the stadium.
Lions looking to get going on first down from the 33. James Stewart.
He's down.
Pickup of 7 yards. Going back to the touchdown, Brett Favre to Bill Schrader.
Perfect. Todd Light, he's cluing, he's looking in here. He never gets his hands on Schrader, allows Schrader to get by him. Not going to get any safety help on this play because there was somebody down the seam taking Tommy Bennett, but watch the perfect throw, and then Schrader just getting better at receiver, getting that left foot inside the white chalk.
James Stewart on second down.
He's down.
Gain of a yard. Nate Wayne stopped it.
I mentioned this Detroit offensive line. They're starting a rookie, Jeff Backus, at left tackle. Looks like he's a natural. He played 49 games at the University of Michigan. But it doesn't matter who's in there right now, where they're from, or how many years. I mean, when you get in a 3rd and short situation, it's on the offensive line to get movement, to move the line of scrimmage. The last drive stalled because they couldn't convert. It's going to be on him right here.
Another 3rd and 1. Corey Schlesinger alone in the backfield. They go to the air.
Both ways.
Batch gets rid of it. Hit David Sloan in the hands, but broken up by Niall Diggs. Incomplete.
Sloan's got to bring that ball in. I mean, you've got to convert 3rd downs in this league to be any kind of a potent offense. Sloan had the shot. If we talked about, he had the broken hand in training camp, probably didn't catch a lot of balls, but short step by Charlie, probably his 3rd read on this.
Jet with his second punt. Alan Rawson calls for the fair catch. Makes it at the 17-yard line. The Packers will start from there, leading it 14-0, 4:43 to play.
Bill Schrader.
This is a disappointing start for new head coach Marty Morningway. I mean, they've had 3 3rd-and-1 situations now, and they haven't converted any of them. And their offense has stalled as a result. And this is what you go to training camp for. You can talk about installation and new offense and quarterback and baloney. You know, when it comes down to it, you got to convert your 3rd and shorts, and that's killed them. The other side is this defensive front 7 right now is not controlling the game the way I think their game plan said it should be.
They've had 2 3-and-outs on 3 possessions, have the Lions. Packers with 2 touchdowns on 2 possessions. This their 3rd. Ahman Green bounces away from a tackle and has a blocker. Antonio Freeman laid a block, and Green goes down the sideline. No one's going to catch him. The longest run of his career, 83 yards for the touchdown. Ahman Green's 2nd score of the game.
Picking up right where he left last year, but this should never have happened. I mean, this is basic fundamentals that Detroit wasn't able to execute. Just bad tackling, but Ahman showed his breakaway speed and the ability to finish a run.
There you see Matt Millen, new president and CEO of the Lions, can't believe they had him bottled up at the line of scrimmage and let him get away. And he took it in from 83 out.
Well, both his touchdown runs have been a result of missed tackles.
Ryan Longwell for the extra point. He boots it through. 3 possessions for the Packers, 3 touchdowns. Ahman Green, the latest.
I mean, this is just going to be a stutter right here. Going to have a fake reverse, and right here, James Hall, 2nd-year player, has a shot at him. Kelvin Pritchett inside had a shot. Terry Fair slips. Lamar Campbell's on the ground. You can't play football on the ground, so 3 guys on the ground. And then Ahman Green, I mean, you know, Brett Favre has been calling him Little Bo for a long time because he's got, you know, he's got terrific speed and explosion.
If he keeps that up, he'll be in Jimmy Kimmel's pregame piece. Bo Jackson was today. Little Bo maybe he'll get some time. He's got 5 carries, 122 yards, and we still got 4.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter.
I mean, here it is. I mean, you're going to see Tracy Scroggins in here. There's Pritchett right there. Pritchett's got him. Stephen Boyd's got a hand on him. And you see bodies on the ground. That's a great block here by Antonio Freeman on Lamar Campbell. Just to get a body on him.
Look at that. I mean, like I said, there's 4.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter.
Hey, Kurt, you know, it's one thing up front on defense. You go up there and you want to win one-on-one matchups. But then when it comes down to it, you got to get up blocks and make tackles.
Ryan Longwell kicks it off. Scribber down the middle. Desmond Howard at the 10. Forced out of bounds at the 26 by Allen Rossum. The Packer offense has come out looking for the big play, and they've gotten it so far. 5 plays of 20 yards or more, including all 3 of their touchdowns.
Explosive plays, and that's what was missing from the Packer offense a year ago. The ability to go deep and the ability to break runs like that. Give the Packers credit up front, but Detroit, I mean, I'd go right back to some Oklahoma fundamentals come Monday morning.
Well, they go with the empty backfield on 1st down. Out of the shotgun is Batch. Can't find a receiver. Finally dumped it off, intended for Johnny Morton, but incomplete.
Well, Charlie got all kinds of time because Green Bay had all kinds of problems getting lined up front on defense. This time, Charlie Batch missed Corey Schlesinger wide open downfield.
Batch admitted that he's got to learn how to work this new West Coast offense, the Midwest version of it, if you will.
Well, here's running back James Stewart all the way outside at wide receiver.
Batch again to the air. Going deep. Some pushing and shoving, but Johnny Morton hauls it in. Makes the grab. Nice pass, better reception, 42 yards for Morton.
Well, you know what? When things aren't going well, go to your most consistent offensive player, Johnny Morton. For 10 years now, he's been that. They need the big play. Charlie put this one up for grabs. But whoever is most aggressive, this time, Johnny Morton never gave up on the ball, never stopped fighting for the ball. Maybe a little push in the back of Tyrone Williams too helped.
You take what you can get away with. First down from the 31. James Stewart. Gain of 7. Bernardo Harris tripped him up.
You know, in this offense here, Kurt, you don't get out of your game plan. You don't change things because in your game plan, you always have alerts for the deep ball. I mean, you always talk about the West Coast offense. It's a short passing game, and a lot of it is a lot of nonsense. There's always routes going deep, keeping a defense honest. They got Johnny Morton 2 plays before, and if Charlie looks down the field, he'll find a few more.
They've got running back James Stewart spread out wide to the right now. Bats, all kinds of trouble. Second sack of the afternoon. This time it's Kabir Baha-Bia-Miller. His first sack as a professional.
They're playing on a wet surface here. Charlie slips coming out. I mean, Green Bay comes with an inside blitz. It gets picked up pretty good. There's really no reason to go anywhere. Go back, set your feet, and make your reads. I mean, right now, Gilbert Brown's being held out nice. You know, once things start breaking down, then things really get crazy.
Lions with a 3rd and long. Got to get it to the 21-yard line for the first down. And Bats calls the timeout. Lions certainly feeling they need to score. Certainly you want to score in every possession, but watching the way Green Bay's putting up points right now, I think they feel they've got to put 7 on the board right now if they possibly can.
Well, Kurt, you're looking at Detroit. I'm looking at Charlie right now. I mean, the assault is on. You're at Lambeau. It's opening day. Nothing's going right. You know, the bleeding is everywhere. You want to make sure. You need a big play. You want to make sure.
Well, the hero of the day so far has been the running back, Ahman Green, for the Packers. He's got 122 yards rushing and 2 long touchdowns, one from 31, one from 83. And you know what? He calls himself and his teammates call him Batman. Now, he's got the tattoo of Batman on his leg because he's a big fan of Batman. Not the TV show, but the movie.
Yeah. That's his favorite movie of all time. Of course, there's been a couple of Batman, so... Oh, there it is.
All right, there's Batman, Ahman Green, and we asked him, well, which Batman movie was the best? He says the first one. His favorite Batman actor, of course, Michael Keaton, not Val Kilmer. And for the next choice, who would he put in the next Batman movie? Himself. He says he wants to be the first black Batman, I guess following the steps of the Green Hornet from the old Fat Albert days, or Brown Hornet.
Well, one thing he's shown here today is a pretty good bat trot.
He's kind of doing the Batusi all over the defense of the Detroit Lions so far. So Lions with a 3rd and 10 situation. They've had troubles converting 3rd downs this afternoon. Just 1 conversion. And this their 4th try. Out of the shotgun, Bats. Under pressure. He escapes that. Finds a receiver, but it's way short. James Stewart was open down near the 5-yard line, but Jim Flanagan was putting the heat on Bats.
You know, the left guard in here, Stockar McDougal's having a tough time. Right here inside, working on Flanagan. Misses a stunt pickup. That time, Vadi Holiday comes around, and Stockar is a guy that missed a lot of training camp with the groin pull. Go with the pressure inside. He's running 3 deep routes. Charlie taking his eyes off down the field, just trying to save his own hide in the pocket.
Jason Hanson going to try and make one from 49 yards out. He's never missed here at Lambeau Field in his career. And he keeps that streak intact. A perfect 8 for 8 at Lambeau Field for Jason Hanson, and it gets the Lions on the board 21-3.
I was hoping you weren't going to jinx him, Kurt.
Well, that's why I waited until he kicked it before I said it.
Okay.
Lions have something to smile about. You as TV viewers have plenty to smile about, because after this game, you've got game 2 of a doubleheader, and the Rams got explosive offense against the Philadelphia Eagles. Donovan McNabb and a pretty darn good defense there in Philadelphia in the game of the day. That's coming up right after we finish here at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back MVPs right there, making their way onto that Veterans Stadium turf. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, both of them healthy, banged up last year, the 2 of them. Faulk, though, still league-leading 26 touchdowns.
So the Lions get something to feel good about, getting the 49-yard field goal from Jason Hanson. Brett Favre and the Packer offense, they've had the ball 3 times and put it in the end zone all 3 times, waiting for another opportunity here. Allen Rossum back to take the kickoff from Hanson. At the 8-yard line. Rossum with a seam. That was closed rather quickly. Nice play by Jimmy Wyrick. 16 yards on return. Looked like he was trying to have an opportunity for more.
Well, I said Brett came in this offseason healthy, and the arm was looking extremely fresh. He said, and you know, he's starting off today with it. He said that, I've had some injuries in the past, so he started a little ball toss every day with his relatives out in Mississippi.
Not a bad start, huh?
Yeah, you know, the thing is, they've only taken 10 plays to get those 3 touchdowns.
That's what hanging with the family in Mississippi does for you.
He doesn't throw a lot in the offseason. He tries to freshen up the body and rest the arm.
Fake the handoff to Dorsey Levens. On first down, Favre loses the football. Recovers it. He's going to be brought down officially for a sack by Sean Rogers, but look at Brett. He goes, what happened there?
Well, that's the wet ball. You know, I mean, in the years past, you could say, okay, Brett's thumb was bothering him or anything like that. Good 2 hands on the ball, good fundamentals right here. And that ball was out before he even got it up to the air. Nice job of recovering it, though. Wet day, you got to keep both hands on as long as possible, but you know, all these balls are new, and when they get wet early in the game, they can have a slippery film to it.
Yeah, the way that slipped out, that's going to be a fumble and not a sack for Rogers.
That's his job, keeping it dry there.
Loss of 7 on the play. Dorsey Levens, his first carry of the season. Fights his way out to the 25-yard line. Picks up 8. Stephen Boyd with the tackle. And the Packers happy to see Levens simply in action. Broke his left hand during the preseason. There you see the cast he's wearing in this game. And missed a lot of time, of course, last year with the knee injury.
And Dorsey's just trying to get on the field and stay healthy for a period of time. Coming off that tremendous Super Bowl season. Been nicked up the last 3 years now. Took us a pay cut to stick around here in Green Bay this year.
Favre with what's the Packers' second time out. We're still in the first quarter. Forced to call it because he didn't like the defensive alignment they saw. But Packers, that's about the only thing that stopped him so far.
You know, we were talking to Brett. You know, he's a fun guy to talk to. You know, he just loves the game so much. But you're never going to get Brett to ever say anything bad about any of his teams. They can drop all the passes. You know, they can not develop. They can do a lot of things. But Brett's always going to be positive. You know, he's been the consummate team player here in Green Bay, and the guy that, you know, the whole franchise has been built around.
But when you have a record like that at home, there's not a lot to be positive about it.
Well, you saw 2 years there, the Super Bowl years, where they didn't lose at home, and I think they've lost a little bit of that. Of course, the team hasn't been as strong, so you're going to lose a little bit of it, but you want Lambeau Field to be a hornet's nest to come to play to. But he likes the development of a lot of his younger receivers. Corey Bradford back from an injury last year. Donald Driver is a guy that has come on, and he thinks Bubba Franks and a rookie tight end, Martin, he thinks could be a very good player.
Well, this is a big third down early for the Lions defense. They haven't stopped the Packers yet. Green Bay needs the 34 for the first here. Dorsey Levens doesn't get there. Nice open field tackle by Barrett Green to prevent the first down.
Packers normally run screens very, very well, but Detroit that time sniffed it out and finally was able to make a tackle on third down. Get the ball back for its offense.
They stopped Green Bay's offense for the first time, meaning Josh Bidwell's now on the punt. Desmond Howard back as the return man. Bidwell with a booming kick. Backs Howard up to the 22. $50 yards on the punt, 14 yards on the return, and that's the final play of the first quarter. And up until that last possession, it had been the quarter of the Packers offense. They scored 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions of the game. They lead it 21-3 after 1.
Introducing. You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Kurt Menefee, Brian Baldinger back with you in Green Bay, where the Packers on a 21-3 lead as we get ready to start the second quarter. Charlie Batch and the Detroit Lions had their best offensive possession of the ball game on their last drive, putting up points for the first time. See what they can do with the first possession of the second quarter. Starting at the 36. Batch. Incomplete. Johnny Morton, the intended receiver, but that one sailed a little high on Batch.
I mean, you know, the whole key to this offense right now is just speed of decision-making and accuracy. Right there, Charlie, a semi-rollout right there. Got Johnny Morton exactly where he wants him for a 5-yard gain.
He has another mic.
Got the defense they wanted. They ran a bunch formation over there. Johnny came free. You got to make the throw.
I gave my PL away.
Lions bring in Herman Morris, the third receiver, down at the bottom of the screen. Instead, they hand it off to James Stewart. Fights his way out to the 41. A pickup of 5. Bernardo Harris on the tackle.
Well, James Stewart's going to be the workhorse back. I mean, they went through preseason trying to find a backup. They lost Cedric Irvin to an injured knee. He's out for the season. Lamont Warren, who was out of football last year, is his backup. James Stewart's going to get a lot of action this year. And he gives you what he's got. I mean, he's not a fancy guy. He's a downhill runner. He's a powerful runner. And he does have good hands. He should catch a lot of balls in his offense this year.
Well, Lamont Warren, now the running back, along with Desmond Howard in the backfield again. They've got to get to the 46 for the first down. Batch slips, still gets rid of it and completes it. Desmond Howard gets the first down into Packer territory for a 13-yard pickup.
Troy Bat's got to check his shoes out. In the middle of the field here, it's the second or third time that he slipped now. He knows where he wants to go with that ball. That time, Desmond Howard just kind of hanging in there. Desmond Howard looks like he's got an advanced role in this offense, too. Not just a returner anymore. See him in the backfield and now catching passes at wide receiver.
Well, he's got 2 catches in this game. He had 2 catches in the last 2 years combined before today. James Stewart fights his way for 7 more. Nate Wayne and Leroy Butler finally stopped it.
Now, it's important for Detroit right now, who was assaulted in the first quarter, to settle down. This looks a little bit more like Detroit here. Some good lead blocking by Corey Schlesinger right there. James Stewart lowering the shoulder, drawing a little bit of blood with them. You know, running some people over. Nice gain on first down there. Letting the offensive line work for you.
They go with both Stewart and Warren in the backfield. From the shotgun, Batch to Lamont Warren. And he's stopped in the backfield. Nate Wayne brings him down for a loss. Nate Wayne's got 6 tackles in this game already. Lamont Warren for -3 on that one.
Nate Warren right here. Just sitting right in here. The double team never gets caught on the down man. Nobody gets up to the second level to get a body on him. Good read and react that time by Wayne.
Well, the Lions with Warren in on 3rd down. Got to get it to the Packer 38. Penalty marker down. Free play for the Lions. They throw it up incomplete. But I think Baja Villamilla jumped early. That's the call against Green Bay.
Yeah, Baja Villamilla is going to give him a first down. He was offsides.
Offsides on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You know, one guy that we talked to yesterday was Herman Moore, a guy that really had disappeared from the offense for 2 years, and he was excited about a rebirth here, but they haven't even looked at him yet today.
He said that under the last regime, Bobby Ross's head coach, he was used more as a decoy. He's been in several plays today, but so far he's been just that still. Batch going up top. Intended for Jermaine Crowell, thrown incomplete.
Crowell had a step that time on McKenzie.
Crowell, the intended receiver.
These are the kind of plays that you got to make when you're down 21-3 here in the second quarter. Well, with a little stutter on McKenzie, gets inside of him, got position on him now. Gonna drop that ball in the basket.
Two tight ends now on second down. Mitchell with the pump fake.
Got him.
Incomplete, thrown too high for Johnny Morton. Morton was open, but that was thrown too high, and Leroy Butler made sure he didn't catch it.
Yeah, you know what? He got exactly what he wanted. He got a shoulder fake in there. He got behind Tyrone Williams here. Boom, nice little stutter. There he is. He's running away from the safety, away from Leroy Butler. Got him exactly where he wanted in the offense. Knew where to go with the ball. You have to make the throw.
They've had a couple of times the receivers have been open. They just haven't been able to hook up with Batch. Another third and long. Got to get it to the 27 for the first. Batch under pressure, brought down Jim Flanagan. His second sack of the day, third for the Packer defense.
There again, Mike. Jim Flanagan working inside right here, working against Beverly and Stockar McDougal. I mean, this should never happen. Never happen. You got 5 on 4 inside. They didn't blitz. They've got 5 blockers, picking up a simple stunt inside.
John Jett to punt to Allen Rossum. Fair catch. Made it the 9-yard line by Rossum. 36 yards on the punt.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the reinvented Toyota Camry. Get the feeling. By Madden NFL 2002 by EA Sports. By Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Are you ready for a cold one? And by Warner Brothers' new motion picture Training Day in theaters everywhere starting Friday, September 21st.
Scenes from the Packer Hall of Fame. You know, Baldy, every team in the league should have one to honor their former players.
Every team's got a history. Some of them not that good of a history.
Armand Green with the carry. But this is a big weekend here in Packerland. Reunion weekend. All the old-time Packers coming. They're having a special reunion. That's Jerry Kramer, one of the all-time greats in league history. But they have a special reunion for the Lombardi-era Packers today as well.
Yeah, it's the star of instant replay. Right there. Big block on Ice Bowl Sunday. Bart Starr sneaking it in. Was it against the Dallas Cowboys?
And Vince Lombardi leading those teams to those championships in the 1960s. Armand Green. Not much running room onto the 15-yard line. Tommy Bennett with the tackle.
You know, one of the things that Detroit's trying to do right now is really stop the run. Don't let Armand Green get started. And one of the things they've jumped down to here is the Bear defense, where they're covering up the inside 3 linemen right here, putting pressure on them and bringing up an extra safety right here. So bringing 8-man up right now, and that's the 8th man making a tackle, the guy not accounted for by the Lions.
Look at the difference in average yards per play. Packers versus the Lions. Now you can see why it's 21-3. Packers needing 4 yards for the first. Favre fakes the handoff and pitches to William Henderson. Gets the first down. Finally forced out of bounds by Barrett Green at the 35-yard line. 19 yards and a first for Green Bay.
Yeah, you know what made that play work right there, Kurt, was the ball handling of Brett Favre.
Charles Haley, defensive line coach for the Lions, couldn't believe it.
Yeah, watch the ball handling here of Favre. He shows the ball to Ahman Green. He shows it to the whole defense, and everybody went for it. Worked with him yesterday on showing that ball fake right there. Everybody bid on it. James Hall was the defensive end on that side, came all the way across the side of the field.
Bar of 6 for 7 so far. Ahman Green. Pick up 2. And the reason that Charles Haley couldn't believe it wasn't because the play worked. It was because Haley, who's been known to be rough and tough during his playing days, now as a coach, maybe a little bit different.
Yeah, he got cut that time, and I don't remember Charles Haley getting cut a whole lot. I was watching him work out before the game. It was like he was getting ready to go play the game. He was running his wind sprints inside the end zone. But bringing some attitude, him and Howie Long working on a lot of pass rush up in the Motor City this week with this D-line.
Favre. Good tie. Over the middle. Antonio Freeman can't haul it in. Incomplete.
See, Kurt, it's hard for ex-players just to take a stance on the sideline or sit in front of the TV. Here's Haley working with offensive tackle Matt Joyce right here. Haley working right here.
Haley worked up a sweat doing that. Look at it.
Yeah, well, he was running before that. He was doing his wind sprints. Look at the concentration. Sticking his hands right in the chest. Actually, it's Travis Kersey there, sticking his hands right in his chest.
Third and long situation for Green Bay. We've got the 2 running backs, Green and Levens, to the top of the screen. 3 receivers at the bottom. They need the 45 for the first. Batted in the air. Falls incomplete, but Luther Ellis got a hand on it. And Ellis, you see that big brace and wrap on his arm, trying to recover from elbow surgery. Not in the starting lineup today, but a big contribution there.
Yeah, Luther working right on Flanagan, the center that time. One of the most powerful people in the NFL. 315 pounds, but it's solid and explosive. He's just trying to get the strength back in that elbow right now, and he'll be back out there full time.
Josh Bidwell, the punt to Desmond Howard. On the 17. Howard bounces it outside. Gets a couple of blocks. The punter, Bidwell, finally forced him out of bounds. But that was the difference between Desmond Howard and a touchdown. 45 on the punt, 29 on the return by Howard. And the Lions, their defense has gotten something going the last couple of possessions. Special teams just got something going. Trying to set this team up to get back in it. It's 21-3 in the second. Here you see Ty Detmer, who was brought in on the day of the final cut, made a trade with Cleveland to acquire him. He's the backup to Charlie Batch and knows this offense better than anyone other than the head coach, Marty Mornhinweg. James Stewart. Gain of 5.
You know, and if I'm Charlie Batch, I move in with Ty and Kim Detmer. You know, I find a spare bed in the house, and I go everywhere Ty goes, because if Charlie's smart, he's going to mirror him, and he's going to soak up as much information and his knowledge as he can daily, as many hours in the day as he can, because Ty has spent 7 of his 9 years in this offense. He knows the terminology. He understands the philosophy of it. He knows where to go with the ball.
He is with Mornhinweg here in Green Bay and San Francisco. Batch to the air. That was incomplete. In the direction of Brock Olivo. I don't know if that got battered or what. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, and Jermaine Crowell right there is wide open in the middle of the field. Watch Crowell right here. Going to come and take it to the middle of the field now. And Green Bay doesn't cover him. And here he is all alone in the middle. Him and the back judge are wide open in the middle of the field, and Charlie's eyes got to find it.
They had time to talk. On third down. Got across the 42 for the first down. Best to Stewart. James Stewart going to be short of the first down. Mike McKenzie brings him down just about a yard shy of the marker.
Big decision right here for Marty.
No, right. They went for it earlier in the game. Did not make it on 4th and 1.
We asked Marty, is he going to coach aggressive in his first game? He said, absolutely. And I said, what does that mean? He goes, you'll find out. And I think this is what it means. You're down 21-3. You're on the road. You're trying to make a statement to your team, to the fans back in Detroit. You got to go for it here. And it's key here for this offensive line to get all of the ball, get up on the ball as much as you can, take as much real estate as you can.
And they are going for it on 4th and 1. Fake the handoff. Under pressure. Bats incomplete. They miss another 4th down, but they get a penalty marker this time. Well, the coach says holding. One of the receivers said face mask. They don't care what it is as long as it's a penalty against Green Bay, and they get the first.
Not much out there in the design of that play. They took Crowell out of the play. Defensive holding will be an automatic first down for Detroit.
Of holding on the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's going to be an automatic first down for the Lions after the holding play. Let's see if we can see who did it.
There's Sloan right here, being held that time by Katie Williams. On the outside, Johnny Morton being grabbed by Mike McKenzie. So, yeah, Marty saw, I think he saw both of them. He saw both flags.
So it's a first down to the 38. Batch. Johnny Morton. Johnny Morton brought down by Tyrone Williams.
You know, on this play, Tyrone Williams that time gave Johnny Morton a lot of room. And he's coming back from a preseason injury. You know, a groin pull himself, missed a lot of time. And I don't think that he's 100%. So if you're not 100% out there on the edge, you always try to play a little safe and cautious. That time he got Morton on just a 5-yard stop.
Yeah, he missed the first month of training camp with the sprained groin. After a 7-yard play, 2nd and 3. James Stewart moving the pile, going to be close to the first down marker. Jim Flanagan on the tackle.
And that's what Stewart does best. He can move a pile. 235 pounds. And the guy I saw last year in some wins by Detroit, they got stronger as the game got on.
Well, Stewart an 1,100 yards back last season in his first year with the Lions. Coming over as a free agent from Jacksonville to replace Barry Sanders.
You know, and in this offense, where Marty Morningway has been, whether it's Green Bay with Dorsey Levens or Garrison Hurst or Charlie Garner in San Francisco, that running back gets a lot of carries and he gets a lot of passes as well.
Another 3rd and short situation. They need 1 yard. Batch tries to follow the line. Looks like he got it. First down, Lions.
Seen that a lot, moving James Stewart around. That time they put him out at wide receiver.
Yeah, they really have. They haven't been shy about taking their backs out of the backfield or putting Desmond Howard, a wide receiver, in the backfield. Using it that way as well.
It looks like right now Detroit has kind of settled down a little bit. At least they're not being assaulted on defense and offense. They're holding on to the ball. They need to score here.
First down from the 27. Packers showing blitz. They don't come. Batch to Herman Moore. First pass in his direction, almost picked off by Tyrone Williams.
It looked like there to me, Kurt, that there's not a lot of timing right now with Charlie and Herman. Herman didn't know it. He didn't know if Herman was going to stay outside, or Herman made a break for the inside right here. And here's the matchup down here, Tyrone Williams and Herman Moore. Moore cut to the inside right here, thinking he could get to the ball rather than staying outside with it.
The pitch to James Stewart. Cuts it back. Gain of 8. Rod Walker on the tackle for Green Bay.
Ryan made the tackle.
Detroit really loading up the right side here in a bunch formation, but watch Aaron Gibson. I think the field shifts a little bit as the biggest man in the NFL gets out front. You want to stay behind 71 now. He's about 3 people wide. James Stewart getting a lot of bodies out front. Putting that head down, getting a good game.
Gibson, this is 3rd year, but just his 11th game because he's battled shoulder injuries the first 2 seasons. And the Packers were trying to get Jim Flanagan off the field before the ball was snapped. They were forced to call a timeout in order to do it. They lead it 21-3. lot of third and shorts for the Lions so far, and I guess the good news is they're getting better. They got a first down on a penalty, and then on the quarterback sneak.
You know, most offenses don't put a whole lot of plays in for third, fourth down, short yardage. Usually just 2 or 3 in a game, but you really rehearse those a lot during the week.
They need 2 yards here on third down. Lamont Warren doesn't get it. John Theory and Bonnie Holiday on the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like a finesse offense right there. I mean, you got Aaron Gibson at 380 pounds and Stockar Verdugo. You spend first-round picks on 3 guys up there. Why finesse it? This Packer defensive line, they're missing their top 4 guys from a year ago. I go right at them.
So they bring Jason Hanson on, this time from 39 yards out. He made a 49-yarder earlier in the game. Hanson. Now, he still has never missed at Lambeau Field. 9 for 9 in his career. He's made 21 straight against the Packers, but more importantly, that one touched the margin to 21-6.
John Theory makes that play on a short yardage situation, but Detroit had a horrible design here. They didn't block him on the play. Right here, they let John Theory go. A blocking assignment error right there on a key third down situation. And those are things that kill your drives. One of the reasons why Detroit has struggled right here in the first half.
Alan Rossum to take the kickoff from Jason Hanson from the 4. Rossum fights his way out to the 24-yard line. Return of 20. Brock Olivo on the tackle. And there you see in the upper right-hand corner our continuous scoring updates from other games around the league. Every time a team scores, you will see it happen only on Fox. The Green Bay Packers had no trouble scoring their first 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, but since then, 2 possessions, 2 punts.
Well, I think they've survived the assault here at Detroit. They got their face mask on right now. They got their chin straps buckled, and they're hitting right now.
On first down, Favre under pressure, brought down for the sack. Robert Bourget.
On the sack.
Mentioned at the outset that the front 7 of Detroit had to control this football game. Take the ball out of Brett Favre's hands. And here's Bourget right down here at the bottom, beating Bubba Franks, which is a mismatch, which was a match that Bourget has to win. You have to beat a second-year tight end in this league. Especially when you've had as many sacks as he had the last 6 years in this league.
More than any active player in the National Football League. Second sack of the day for the Lions. Second and long for the Packers. Out of the backfield, Ahman Green. And Batman escapes another one.
Another missed tackle that time. Now at all
yards on the play. 24 yards on the reception by Green.
I mean, that should be nothing more than a 4-yard gain right here. This is a check down by Favre. Aldridge right here has got a good angle on him. I mean, all you got to do is wrap up. But Ahman Green is very strong. You can't just throw your arms around him. You got to run through the guy. I mean, it's just a basic fundamental.
From the 39-yard line. The pitch to Green. On the reverse, Bill Schrader. Brett Favre throws a block. Doesn't help Schrader for much more than a 5-yard gain, but you see Favre lower that shoulder? Terry Fair made the tackle.
Yeah, you know, everybody's always said that he's like a linebacker playing quarterback. He has that mentality, and he threw the block on a linebacker. Here's Schrader right here, one step up, and then he's going to reverse his field. Favre right here is the block. Good roll block. I don't know if Brett's practicing that against his relatives down in Mississippi in the offseason.
I don't think Mom would like that if he came into the kitchen and did that. On second down, Green. Boy, he's hit hard. Pick up of 1 yard. Chris Claiborne met him right at the line of scrimmage, and the Lions are saying he fumbled the ball. No word yet from the officials.
Packers have fumbled 1 already today. They recovered it.
Well, you see the discussion going on. And the officials aren't sure. They call for the timeout so that they can have an opportunity to discuss what they've seen. Take another look yourself.
There it is. Ahman Green running into the middle behind Flanagan. Chris Claiborne gets a shot on him. Looks like the ball's out. He didn't have the ball and they made the call. He's coming into the line. Yeah, the ball's loose right in there. Lamar Campbell comes flying in at it. Here's the ball right here rolling around. The ball is loose now. Lamar Campbell, good heads-up play by the young safety in Detroit, getting their first turnover of the day.
Looks like Chris Claiborne forced the fumble. And so a big play by the defense of Detroit gives them the ball at the 46. Out of the backfield, Lamont Warren. Pickup of 2 takes us to the 2-minute warning. Packers on top, 21-6 in Green Bay.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Two Cokes on.
And so the Packers have 3 fumbles, lost only 1, but they put the ground on the ball on the ground quite a bit early in the season last year, and that cost them.
Yeah, and Mike Sherman saw it coming out of the blocks the first 2 games. It was paramount to hold on to the football, not let the other team get another at-bat on a turnover. Here, with 2 minutes to go, Detroit a chance to get back into this game here before halftime.
Well, especially turning the ball over in their own territory. Get the Packers. 2nd and 9. Batch on the keeper. Going to slide down after a pickup of 7. Bernardo Harris with the tackle.
That time he had Desmond Howard in the backfield, ran a circle route, was open out there in the flat. Charlie saw an opportunity to pull it down and make a gain here, running the 2-minute drill. Sometimes it's better for quarterbacks to run this drill. Take the thinking out of the game and just play and react.
A lot of guys flourish better in situations like this. 3rd and 1. Batch over the middle, caught. James Stewart out of the backfield all the way down to the 10-yard line. Give him 27.
Tyrone Williams on the tackle.
That's probably different. A difference in the back that Marty Martinway has coached the last couple of years. You know, a guy right there can take this pass right here, circling out of the backfield right here. Take this one to the house by James Stewart. He's got exactly what he wanted. He got a mismatch with the linebacker. He just needs to finish that run. Stay up on his feet. Nice read that time by Batch to deliver it in the right place.
First down just outside the 10.
Got him.
Batch, Stewart out of the backfield, down to the 5. 45 seconds left. 2 timeouts to go for the Lions, and they use one of them right here.
Yeah, and it's going to give James Stewart a chance to catch his breath. A little slow getting up off the ground after those last 2 catches. Nice piece of work here by this offense. Moving it right down to the 5.
One thing that Marty Morningweg talked about is making sure his players are able to be conditioned enough throughout this whole game, and that's going to be the interesting thing for all the teams in the league, of course. Starters don't usually play a whole lot in the preseason, and the most they played was during week 3 when they played about 2.5 quarters, so it should be okay here in the first half. The question is the second half. But right now, Green Bay thinking, make their president and CEO proud and get a touchdown and really get back in this game. I mean, you score right here, you're within a touchdown going into halftime.
It's a 4-quarter game, and nobody knows it more than Matt. I mean, been a lot of 4th-quarter games himself. He's been up here in the booth. But the reason why he's where he's at right now was he wanted the challenge. He wanted the feel of getting the guys ready to play and selecting his guys. And it's not his team yet. I mean, he's started it, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but he wanted more effort from this team.
Herman Moore in motion. Batch to the end zone. Thrown high and intercepted. Darren Sharper. And Sharper brings it out of the end zone. Penalty markers down on the play as well.
Ultimately, a quarterback, it's all about decision making. That was a bad decision by Charlie. Last year's leader in interceptions, Darren Sharper, gets his first of the year.
Sharper led the NFL with 9 picks last year.
It was holding on the defense. An interception on the Green Bay gives them the ball first down.
Okay. Darren Sharper gets the pick, but Charlie Batch made it fairly easy for him.
Herman's working in the middle of the field right here, trying to get behind Sharper. Didn't really finish the route either. But Charlie, this ball is just a blimp shot right there from Charlie.
Looked like a lob pass into the middle for Hakeem Olajuwon or someone. Shaq Daddy.
You can't take the ball all the way down the field like they did after turnover and then make that kind of a play.
And the Lions were marching in the red zone for the first time all afternoon, yet they turned the ball over, failed to put up points, and the Packers just run out the clock. Green Bay takes their first 3 possessions of the game, score 3 touchdowns, take a 21-0 lead, a couple of field goals by Jason Hanson, and Matt Millen's crew down 21-6. That's his reaction on the interception.
Leaf blower is nice. Listen, why don't you shut her down and we'll that's okay.
NFL Sunday Ticket is brought to you in part by America Online.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
And welcome back to Los Angeles as we bring you the Visa Halftime Report here from Studio 2A in Los Angeles, California. Halftime notes here. Green Bay all over Detroit. 21-6. Brett Favre now 8th all-time with touchdown passes. Passing Sonny Jurgensen.
Elvis Gerback, welcome to Baltimore. Let's see what happens. First half, Ravens coming up strong. James Allen to the right side. Nope, didn't get in. Too bad. Let's go, Allen. Once again. Nope, didn't get in. Too bad. All right, one more. Nope, didn't get in. That leads to a field goal, and it's 3-0. And then finally, Terry Allen. This pitch around the left side, in for the injured Jamal Lewis. Nothing happened as he takes his one. He's set up for a loss by Philip Daniels, 3-3. Bears and the Ravens. Where's the offense? I don't know. Here, I'll give you some offense. Quincy Carter out of Alabama, out of Georgia says, watch my man Rookie Swinton, Reggie Swinton. Spit it out, TV. 78 yards down the sideline, finally taken out of bounds. This goes to at least a field goal. 3-all, Tampa Bay and Dallas. Carter back, looking. Down for Joy Galloway, overthrows him, Dexter Jackson. There for the interception. At the halftime, we're all tied up again, 3-3.
Dallas defense doing the job there, TB.
Corey Stringer, remembered at Minnesota, as his dear friend Randy Moss looks up. If I'm a rookie in the National Football League, and this is exactly what this rookie is, Steve Smith, I'll remember this the rest of my life. Takes the opening kickoff, JB takes it 94 yards for a touchdown. Carolina all over the Vikings, and finally, Vikings had a chance to score, but Donovan was intercepted in the end zone. It's 10-0, Panthers over the Vikings.
Rob Johnson, you like him?
I don't like him. I like the other guy, Flutie. Why do I like Flutie over this guy? Flutie wins football games. Johnson back looking. Peerless Price there on a 31-yard reception. That led to a kicker. Jake Arians just recently signed. He hits a 37-yarder. Don't forget Steve Cricky, Chris, the other field goal. He's out for the year. IR, 24-14 Colts over the Jets.
Edgerrin James, 2 touchdowns leading the way in that contest. And the Chiefs getting stopped on the ground, but still winning over the Raiders 14-6 in that contest. Jimmy Smith, 2 touchdowns. He was the NFL's top receiver, has been over the past 5 seasons. Jaguars 21-3 over the Steelers. And Corey Dillon having a strong game there. It's all knotted at 10 against the New England Patriots. And the Seahawks and Browns, low-scoring affair there. That one at the half. Matt Hasselbeck, the quarterback for Mike Holmgren and the Seahawks. We want to know, do you care that there are replacement officials working the games now? Yes or no? Simply cast your vote by logging on to foxsports.com. We will give you the results at our late halftime right here on Fox NFL Sunday as we come back to talk about the first half. Chris?
Let's go back to 1996 and 1997, the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl both years. What did they have? They had, what did they have? What did they have? They had balance.
Doing
they could
fine.
run, thank you. They could run the football, they could pass it, and now finally it looks like with Ahman Green, maybe that is back in Green Bay.
Well, the other thing they had in Green Bay in 96 and 97 is a healthy Brett Favre, and they have 2 running backs. Both of them were banged up in the preseason, but they look great right now. For Matt Millen, my friend who's up in Detroit, be patient, Detroit. When you buy a new house and it comes fully furnished, the only bonus is you can't do anything more than refurnish it with $300-400. That's where Matt is right now. Yeah. You have to take the house with the furniture that comes in it.
Yeah,
some of it's good, some of it's not.
You're doing fine.
Ooh, do you accept that, TB?
Patience. Yeah, oh, sure.
Oh, you changed
like
up a little bit now, huh?
I hope Matt is there a long time.
Just a little update for you. Tim Cedar, the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys, just booted a field goal. Cowboys on top now 6-3. The Visa halftime will continue after this.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.